Look, I might still be injured and I can't really make full swings, but I've still got an inside takeaway, so I'm still grinding this week. You know, let's see if I can switch up this intro just a little bit. Hello everyone and welcome back to Golf Test Dummy, the channel where I use my game to try and help your game. That might just be a little bit too posh for this channel, okay? So anyway, hey everybody, welcome back to Golf Test Dummy, the channel where I use my game to help your game. And this week, I am still trying to work on fixing my inside takeaway. And several people have asked me, what does your takeaway really matter in the grand scheme of things? There's some old phrase, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but basically, if you want to finish strong, you should start strong. And even Jack Nicklaus said something in the past, basically to the effect of, he knew if he was going to hit a bad shot or a good shot just based on the first foot of his takeaway. And in all the reading and all the research that I've done, all the videos that I've watched over the years, they all talk about how that first little bit, if you get the first move wrong or you get the setup incorrect, then it's just a domino effect for everything after to fail because of the beginning, how it started. So I've got to get the start right, and I should be able to build off of that and then fix a lot of the other issues in my golf swing, but I've got to get this first move right. And oh yeah, before we get too deep into it, check out the hat. So it's got the state of North Carolina and it says Kannapolis across it. That's where I was born and raised. Today is my birthday. I know that you're seeing this video on a Monday because I release on Mondays, but today is Saturday when I'm filming this video. I appreciate the hat very much. Thank you. You know who you are. As you all know, I have been trying to figure this inside takeaway out. I had a video last week where I was talking about how I think maybe my inside takeaway was coming from opening this hip up without doing anything else with my hands, shoulders, arms, or anything. And then when I open the hip up, it takes the club away inside, which you can see right here. If I'm set up to this golf ball and I take my hip away like that, it really comes away to the inside. And I felt like if I kept this right knee flexed and I turned around this fixed knee, that it really helped fix my takeaway. I don't think I've always had this problem of taking it away inside and lifting and then kind of throwing my shoulder out at it. But if you look at some of these key phrases, take the club away in one piece, the one piece takeaway. They want you to just move away in one piece. No hinging of the wrists, no folding of the arm, no hand action. Just turn away like that, one piece takeaway. The second key phrase is low and slow. I guess we're cooking barbecue when we're playing golf now. So if I take it away low and slow, there's low and slow. Like Mo Norman's drill where he put a coin on the back of the ground and then he said he would take the club away and try and tap the coin on the ground. Now, depending on the placement of that coin, if you place it in line with your feet or if you place it in line out here, he could be taking the club out here, he could be taking it here, he could be taking it there. So again, our interpretation of how he does that, the placement of that coin could be throwing some of us off. But then if you just think about the whole low and slow, keep it low to the ground. Well, look, I'm reaching for it, and my hands, nothing is coming up. I'm turning, but the club hasn't come up. Eventually, it's got to get up here. So that could be another thing that's throwing me off. But the real culprit that I want to talk about that may just be the key piece of this puzzle is don't lift the golf club. Don't lift the golf club. It's akin to don't feed the gremlins after midnight and don't get them wet. It's like the cardinal rule, right? Do not lift the golf club. What does lifting lead to? If you lift, then you chop. And if you chop, that's bad. So the lifting leads to the chopping, ergo don't lift the golf club. Well, here's the problem with that. If I turn and I never lift the golf club never gets up here. I have to lift the damn golf club at some point. How do I lift it? When do I lift it? Is it okay to lift the golf club? Is that really so bad? I've thought about this in a couple of ways, and if I think about the origins of where don't lift the golf club came from, I think it must have come from chronic slicers. 85% of golfers have a chronic slice. And I think that that probably has to do with the shape of your golf swing. Like this would be a very U-shaped golf swing or a V-shaped golf swing, excuse me. And they want you to have more of a rounded swing, more of a wide swing that is a U shape. And that's all well and good. But even in a U, you still have to get the golf club to go up, which means that you have to lift the golf club at some point. It's physically impossible not to lift the golf club. Basically, if you think about it, if you have to lift the golf club and you have to make a turn, what you're really looking for is the proper blend of the lift and the turn. And I think that my blend is too much turning in the beginning without enough lifting. So the lift late is leading to my chop over the top. Does that make sense? I think that makes a little sense. So what's the opposite of turning too much and then lifting late? Well, it would be lifting sooner and then turning. It's almost the reverse, kind of like the Costanza thing that I talked about in one of my previous videos. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch those. But basically, I feel like I need to be lifting the club a little bit more before I start to turn. And if you're going to do anything in the golf swing, if you're going to make any changes, listen to any coach out there. Any changes you have to make, you really need to exaggerate it. So what I need to feel like is I pick it up and then I turn. I really need to feel something more like that, which is extremely exaggerated and not exactly what happens in the golf swing, but I need to feel that exaggerated move in order to just get a little bit of change on video. I can't make full swings. I'm really gonna have to take it easy on my chest. But before I would turn and then lift. So turn, inside takeaway, and then lift. What I wanna do instead is lift and then turn. Lift and then turn. And when I say lift, I don't mean just any old way lift. I just mean that my arms will come up a little bit. So I'm going to lift and turn. And blended, it should look more like this, but again, I want to feel this. I want to feel like I am actually drawing an upside down L. I want to feel like I'm drawing that shape when I swing, and it's going to be really funky in the beginning. I'm probably going to look really stupid on camera, but that's okay. I don't care. I want to lift and then turn, and let's see what I get. Lift and then, oh, what do you know? Straight golf ball. That is right down the pooper. There's a little pain. I'm not going to lie. There's a little pain. I've not been hitting many golf balls lately. There's another straight shot. These are just baby swings. I really have nothing on these. I can't possibly swing to full capacity. But that's weird. And no, that's not going to be the finished golf swing. But I think I need to make a lot of those swings to feel that lift and then turn in order to, like I said, sort of program in the opposite of what I was doing, which was turn and then lift. Lift and then. All right, so I'm watching it back right now. I'm just looking for, okay, so if you were to draw a line basically from the golf ball up through my shoulders and continue that straight line going off back behind my head, probably not right on the shoulder joint, maybe a little bit below the shoulder, kind of coming out of the back of my armpits. But wow, okay, here I'm gonna put this up in slow-mo for you. Look, there's tons of drills out there, all right? There's tons of drills out there that are supposed to be working on your takeaway specifically. There's a lot of them, man, and everybody swears that they've got the end-all, be-all, cure-all. But at the end of the day, I think that this whole idea of don't lift the golf club, that is such a misnomer. Now, of course, you could be talking about things like feel versus real, and you know, like with the Hogan drill, like what I was working on with keeping your arms attached to your sides, that's fine as a feel, but there's no way that happens in reality. In reality, you can't make a swing like this. In reality, your left arm comes off and goes up. The left arm straight, for God's sake. Left arm straight or left arm slightly bent, either one is acceptable. But left arm, only a half a left arm and making a swing like this, that's a feel. It's not a real. There's no way that that happens. What I'm finding with the golf swing is this. A lot of the things that we do, the natural instincts that we have or the idiosyncrasies in our swings, like lifting or your grip or your position or how you swing, it's not necessarily that you have bad components. You may very well have some, but it's not necessarily that. What it could very well be is the sequence in which those components fire. Lifting in the golf swing happens. It happens. That happens. But when you do it in conjunction with other pieces, the sequencing is what creates a good golf swing or a bad golf swing in this particular circumstance. If you turn and you don't ever lift at all, you keep your hands, look, there's no lifting, the same height. I am way off plane. The plane is out here and I'm way over here. Then I have to lift just to get it to the top. From here, you could drop back down and then I'd be way inside and I have to flip at it or figure out some sort of other compensation. And there is sort of a give and take. There is a cause and effect. But if you turn too much and then lift, which is what I've been doing, it's a sequence issue. It's not that turning is bad. It's not that lifting is bad. It's that turning and lifting in the sequence, in the order in which I was doing them is bad. Guys, thanks so much for all the support you give me on this channel. I really appreciate it. I can't say it enough. This channel is doing well, and it's doing well because of you. It's doing well because you watch and because you comment and you are invested and you are engaged. And I hope to continue growing this channel this year. You guys have been amazing. You're the best fans on YouTube. I truly appreciate it. I hope that what I'm doing out here is helping some of you. Some of you out there have got to be afflicted by the same crap that I'm afflicted by, and we got to figure this thing out. I get tons of advice and tons of things to try from you guys. I really apologize for being injured. I know that I can't go through and do the things that I really want to do the way that I want to do them right now, but I'm really trying to just ease myself back in and give myself time to heal. So be patient and bear with me. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.